knew that I was on the path to healing from my grief when I could remember Harvey with more love in my heart than sadness. There will always be grief. I will never get over it. My life goes on, but the cracks in my heart will always be present, if not as painfully so as they have been in the past. Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. Besides the memoir, I also publish a weekly blog and video like this on topics related to Alzheimer's disease. You can find them at my website at www.reneeharmon.com. You can subscribe to the blog there. You can go to my YouTube video channel at Renee Harmon and subscribe to the videos if you prefer. On the website, there are also other articles that I've written and storytelling that I've been part of. About 3 months ago, I published a blog post and a video about grief. I had recently discovered a book that discussed the 6th stage of grief, making meaning. And this is when I first came across the concept of having more love in your heart than sadness. So I'll provide a link in the description of this video to that blog post if you'd like to read it. But this week, I realized that I was making this transition over the past several months, and I wrote 3 weeks ago about a time when I realized that there were some positive things about Harvey's illness for him, and so again, that was 3 weeks ago. As I was preparing for this week's blog post, I remembered that I was doing this work around his birthday, April 14th. So I decided that this year I wanted to commemorate his birthday with just our daughters and myself. In the past, we'd included my son-in-law and my daughter's boyfriend. But this year, I wanted it to be more intimate with just the 3 of us who knew and loved him best. So I decided we needed to do this with the Holy Trinity of Bruce Springsteen, beer, and pizza. Harvey has been a Bruce Springsteen fan for years, maybe high school, I'm not sure. But I know that in college, he and a friend from college would make road trip anywhere Bruce Springsteen was having a concert, if it was within a road trip distance, right? And I always had a hard time reconciling this with the quiet, calm Harvey that I knew. But he told me that he and his friend just loved the energy at these concerts and would get high on the energy there. So we had Bruce Springsteen blaring through the speakers on our way to one of our favorite local breweries, because beer was also one of Harvey's favorite things. And unfortunately, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's just when the explosion of craft brewing happened in our city. So he missed that. He would have loved it. And he enjoyed beer so much that he actually was doing home brewing way before it became cool. And it was a way for he and his father to bond together. And pizza completes the trifecta. Harvey went to this high school that was very small for high-achieving students, and they were given inordinate amounts of freedom. So much so that they would routinely leave at lunch and go hang out at the local pizza parlor and not be missed. And a pizza became one of our family's favorite meals. We learned how to make it from scratch, make the dough from scratch, and create your own topping kind of pizza thing. So that was on the rotation frequently at home. And then this same college friend who was the Springsteen fan gave us a gift certificate once for a new pizza place in town that was creating and serving authentic Chicago-style deep dish pizza, and it was fabulous. And lucky for us, this pizza place is right next to one of our favorite local breweries. So that's where the 3 of us went. And as we sipped beer and pulled those strings of cheese from our pizza, We reminisced and remembered soccer games, driving lessons, reading aloud, family vacations to multiple national parks, his iconic dance moves, his fashion sense, Christmas traditions, swinging in the backyard, the jogging stroller, Easter egg hunts, his fashion sense, favorite meals, bald jokes, cheering him on at marathons, running together, his small vegetable garden, his big smile, and his big eyes, and his big heart. And later that evening, by myself, I remembered our time together as a couple, how we met and fell in love, and how we supported each other through medical school, and how we both grew into physicianhood and parenthood at the same time. Yes, I shed some tears, but there was definitely more love in my heart this time than sorrow. I miss that man. I love that man. But I am ever grateful that I had him in my life for 35 years. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.